The word on the street is that Holly Willoughby is plotting a life-changing move. As if there hasn't been enough life-changing moves in her life already. We digress. The former queen of daytime TV has also been drawing comparisons to a certain controversial figure. More on that later. Holly is said to be feeling tentative about a new idea she has, citing worries about her family's reaction. Oh, but we thought she always put them first. "I'm doing this for my family," is still ringing loudly in our ears since she flicked back her blonde locks and waltzed out of this morning. It seems Holly has wasted no time in making her next move since she was utterly traumatized following the sentencing of nemesis Gavin Plum just weeks ago, which saw him put away for life, withering away behind bars with no pizza delivery in sight. Poor bloke. Now, with all of that business neatly swept under the rug, Holly has allegedly set her sights on moving abroad. Oh goody. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean we won't still get to see her annoying grin on our box. Insiders say TV bosses across the pond have been sizing her up for presenting gigs. One person in the know said, there have been some huge deals coming in for Holly, in particular, from the States. New faces are in demand and Holly's face and experience fits the bill. Holly fits the Bridget Jones mold that is archetypically British, and producers think she would be great for daytime shows and documentaries. It's been said that while Holly returned to ITV to present Dancing on Ice following her exit from This Morning, and headed out to Costa Rica to film Netflix show Bear Hunt, she has otherwise stayed largely out of the public eye since quitting This Morning last October. Really? Could have fooled us. Oh, yes, we forgot it's all for me and my family. Again, it's family that's been brought up as Holly closely considers her next move. It's all getting rather tedious, isn't it? Holly is apparently happily settled in the UK with her TV producer husband Dan Baldwin and their 3 children, Harry, Belle and Chester. And an insider said, Holly is a home is where the heart is kinda girl. She likes the security of comfort and convenience, which enables her to do her job knowing all other bases are covered, the source continued. She knows a move would throw all that into the abyss. It would be life-changing, and wouldn't just affect Holly but her entire family and the network surrounding her. She's worried about what uprooting her family would do, and how the children would react to new schools and friends away from the life they know so well here in the UK. Oh blah, blah blah. We all know she puts her career first, so just get on with it instead of bleating on about your family. It really doesn't wash with us anymore. However, demand for Holly overseas is clearly there, as she had been scouted by Netflix for Bear Hunt. And Holly wouldn't be the first British presenter to become a hit in the US. Her This Morning replacement, Kat Deely, reached new career heights across the pond as the 5-time Emmy-nominated host of So You Think You Can Dance. And while insiders say Holly's well aware of this, they add that it would take a really special offer she couldn't turn down to make a more permanent move. In other words, big money. Cash is king, it seems for Holly, or should we say queen. An insider added, if Holly worked in the US and traveled between the two, she's worried how she would manage both her family and marriage. She fiercely wants to keep a hold of both in what is an uphill battle to keep her marriage healthy and raise her children without the crazy consideration of totally uprooting everyone. It would be a family choice, not hers alone, to relocate to the US. Yeah, right. Somehow we have a feeling we already know who wears the trousers in that family dynamic. The source continued, Holly was always going to be a working mum, but part of that stipulation was keeping the family a unit, and she'll fight for that. Uprooting is a whole new ballgame, and the thought of settling the children into a new country sends Holly into a spiral of panic. But at the same time, it's so exciting, and could be the beginning of a fresh start for her. Oh gosh, another one. A move to the US, though, could be quite fitting for Holly Willoughby, since she has recently been drawing comparisons with someone on the other side of the pond. Meghan Markle. Coincidence? We think not. Newspapers are abuzz with articles comparing the former daytime queen with the Duchess, which has started to twitch our nose. Do we smell something funny? Yes, we do. Cutesy articles are abundant, comparing the unlikely pair's alleged likeness, highlighting their similarities such as their ambition for global success, their influence in the world of fashion, as well as their love of wellness and lifestyle brands. Sick bag. Please. Just give us a moment. Now where were we? Ah yes, brand expert Denise Palmer-Davies, managing director of Bourne Media, was suspiciously eager to wade in on the topic, saying, Meghan and Holly are comparable in so many ways, in fact, The only remarkable difference between the two women is their early family life. Holly had a stable upbringing and was raised by her middle-class parents in West Sussex, while Meghan had a more disjointed childhood in the States, with her parents divorcing when she was 6 and them sharing custody throughout her childhood. There's that pesky family reference yet again. Denise continued, when you look at both women, their achievements, their goals, even the way they conduct themselves in public, they are almost like carbon copies of each other. Wow, don't mince your words, Denise. Carbon copies. Interesting. Elaborate, please. How exactly are Holly and Meghan alike? Well, she says that both Holly and Meghan have experienced a difficult 18 months. Haven't we all? Anything else? Well, Denise says while their stresses have been for different reasons, the duo have dealt with them in similar ways. She said, both women have had a difficult time, particularly around their careers. She continued, Holly was forced to quit the job she loves and she lost her best friend when Philip resigned from the show months earlier. Meghan has tried to forge a career after standing down as a working royal, but it hasn't always gone her way, and without the public on her side, she is criticized for everything she does. One thing I would say about these women is that on the surface they seem to handle adversity well. They are composed and both seem to share the dust yourself down attitude. They also both share a positive mindset and seem to have faith that things will work out. It is the way that both women have dealt with adversity that is strikingly similar. In fact, Holly was compared to Meghan after she made a statement to This Morning viewers following Philip Schofield's resignation last year. One media commentator noted, when she said, "Firstly, how are you doing? I just thought it was straight out of that Meghan Markle playbook, it was scripted clearly." When she said deep breaths, even that bit was clearly scripted. Meanwhile, Meghan is frequently branded as being too scripted and having one expression at red carpet events. Denise commented, "You can see similarities in the way they deal with both conflict, their private lives and the media. While composed, they can both seem guarded, not giving too much away, and they give very few media interviews, usually only to carefully selected high-end outlets. No, we still can't see it." Denise continued, both women have used their love of wellness and meditation to launch lifestyle brands. Described as woo-woo, Holly is into sound baths and crystals and runs Wild Moon, while Meghan is a yoga bunny and loves fresh food and juices. She used to write a blog on now-defunct website Tig, and earlier this year launched her new lifestyle site, America Riviera Orchard. However, not everyone is a fan of their lifestyle businesses, and both women have been criticized. Judy Finnegan, who like Holly presented This Morning back in the 90s, said Holly's site was a con and dangerous, adding websites like hers make fortunes for their charismatic hosts under the guise of caring for women's well-being. Meanwhile, Meghan was reportedly left in tears over the unfair criticism of her new lifestyle brand, according to royal expert and author Tom Quinn. Amongst other similarities including their love of Netflix and fashion, Denise made sure to point out that while both women are household names, they are fiercely protective of their children, choosing to keep them out of the limelight. After leaving royal life 4 years ago, Meghan has chosen not to regularly share updates or pictures of her children, Archie and Lilibet, on social media. And Holly follows the same rule. While she often shares snippets of her family life on Instagram, she always obscures the faces of her 3 children. They have both also spoken publicly about how family comes first, with Meghan recently saying being a mum was the most important thing in my entire life. Meanwhile, Holly said her reason for quitting This Morning last year was a decision for me and my family. And finally, Denise implored, both Holly Willoughby and Meghan Markle have put their children above everything else. Denise, gold star for your effort, love, but we're still not buying it. Like and subscribe for more journeys through the Blinkerhole. For entertainment purposes only.